Bruce Shepard. I want to say thank you, Bruce. Thank you so much for today, getting us through this. I want to say thank you to Janae Patterson. I want to say thank you to Matt, the owner of Chisel Multimedia. Welcome to Comics on Parole, man. I'm your host, Mike Aloia. Remember, you don't need a doctor, you need a lawyer. Yeah, Candi Aintright with me, baby.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Candi, she came in, man. I tell you, you know, you meet a lot of great people in the entertainment world. And I met this lady at the Savannah Comedy Review for a comedy competition. And you and your buddy were running late, and he actually held the show, waiting on you guys to get there. And now here we are, it's been almost a couple years later, and,
Yep.
you know, we became great friends, man. And, you never know who you're going to meet in the entertainment business. That's one thing I really love about being in the entertainment business. And Candi is a fantastic comedian. I tell you what, she comes up with some really funny stuff. And a lot of it has to do with real life. And Candi, let's talk a little bit about, first say hi to all your fans.
Hi. All two of you.
All two? Come on, man. You got thousands, millions.
Yeah.
You're worldwide, baby.
That's it, yeah. You can just Google me, but you can't Facebook me, because I'm worse than a lot of people, like, I don't know, terrorists and pedophiles according to Facebook. So, because I use the last name Aintright.
Aintright.
I got real good reasons for using the last name Aintright, because I've had 5 ex-husbands, and you can't continue to buy business cards if you change your last name that regular. It gets expensive. So, yeah.
Well, the one thing that is right in your life is what?
Right now?
Yeah.
Raising a kid. She's awesome. I got an autistic kid, and from the minute she was born, I looked at her and I said, autistic, beautiful.
Absolutely.
Autistic, sweet.
How old is she?
She's 6.
6 years old.
Yep.
What's her name?
Her name is Coy.
Coy.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. She's awesome.
And she's the light of your life.
Yeah. She actually is. She takes up most of my attention.
Well, I know you get some great comedy being a mom.
Yeah, and she is unlike most autistic children. I hear a lot of them don't get sarcasm.
Tell them.
For some reason,
right there, the camera.
For some reason, she masters it. Yeah.
What's the funniest thing that you find being a mom and raising your daughter that's autistic? What are the challenges that are, you know, when you sit back and think about it, it's just kind of makes you laugh?
It's hard to know, you know, like what it, because she's really brilliant. So it's hard to know what is exactly the autism and what is spoiled brat. Because, like, this is the only kid I ever met in my entire life that has 3 trampolines. She's got, and she don't have to share them with nobody, okay? She's got 3, one at my house, one at Dad's house, one at Grandma's house, and, you know, she just got it made, man. I couldn't get 1 trampoline when I was her age. I'd just get a slap in the mouth for the same thing, you know what I mean? Just the kids saying stuff over and over and stuff like that. They're like, make her jump. So it was worth buying her trampoline, that's for sure.
Well, trampolines are great. Yeah. I had one with my 2 daughters, man, and
but
gosh.
3?
Well, 3 trampolines.
For 1 kid?
It's a lot of bouncing.
It's a lot of bouncing.
Bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, she's definitely a challenge. And she does stuff like pick on me all the time. She wants to throw me around like I just had a wreck, and she'll say, "You're not hurt," and just knock the crap out of her. So, I mean,
Well, you know, I know you just got in a wreck, and it was weird because you had called me and told me I was in a wreck. Can you come get me? I'm like, I'm in Florida. She's like, oh no, wrong mic. I'm like, well, you know, the thing is that when you did call me, it really, I'm glad you did call me, because that's one thing that made me want to have you on as a guest. And it was a last minute thing because Dan Glazer, he, what?
Trying to get a look.
You're getting her to look. Okay,
Yeah.
your boyfriend's telling you to look at the camera.
well, see,
All right, he's stop pointing at me. What are y'all doing?
Look at this
Look at the
camera.
camera right there.
well, here's the deal. The day I had the wreck, here's the thing, is the day I had the wreck, I had just gotten done taking him for his colonoscopy. Since he's going to point, I'm going to talk about his rear end. And so he couldn't come get me
He couldn't come get you because he had a colonoscopy.
because he was on medication, which is unusual for him. So, like, he was completely out of it. And I had to call, like, one of my ex-husbands. I just had to pick a number. It was...
1 out of 5, right?
Yeah. When I called you and you weren't the Mike that I thought, you were like, I'm in Florida. I'm like, well, I'm delirious, evidently. So, and you know.
What made you get into comedy?
It was my last divorce because I got to thinking and I realized I was old and I had no talent. I can't paint and I don't play music and can't dance real good. And, you know, it was just and I was too old to go back to college, and I thought, and I prayed on it, and I asked God, and I said, God, tell me what it is that I have that I can use. And he said, you're a smart ass.
Said you're a smart ass. So God told you that
I
you're a
got
smart
it.
ass.
I mean, I heard it, and it was like, and it's like, use it.
Well,
So that's what so then I just started writing down things and that came to me, and that's how I got into doing comedy, is because like there's so much that's real in the world.
What's one of the funniest jokes that you wrote, the very first jokes, and you still get laughs? Because I know I wrote a lot of jokes back in the day, and still when I use them, you get laughs. It's like those jokes that define you.
Well, when I was a little kid, my mom and dad, my stepmother, they got married, and they moved into an apartment.
It's like a drum.
On Beaver Ruin Road.
Beaver Ruin?
Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't like but a month she had to have a hysterectomy, and I went around saying her beaver got burnt because they lived on that road.
Oh no!
And I mean, I guess I got started on the wrong road when I was a little kid. You know, it just developed from there.
So you ain't right.
You know it. You know it.
Well, you living up to the name.
And it's a way to get through anger and stuff, because like,
Comedy, yes.
you can say things and then not do them, or you know what I'm saying? It's like you can talk about it and it's funny because everybody's been there. Everybody's wanted to do something really, you know, stupid, but you can just get up and say it. And
Well, I know
it's
you
good.
got some clean jokes and stuff. Or is it all edgy?
Do I?
Well, come on, you gotta have at least one or two. You got no knock jokes or nothing?
No, not really. I do. My daughter here. Well, I tell more of a story kind of thing. I'm
Go
not
ahead.
really a jokey.
Go ahead, tell us a story.
Okay, so like, do y'all know who Pete the Cat is?
In fact, I'm gonna give
You
you.
know Pete the Cat?
You're
Pete
gonna
the
be on
Cat.
a parole desk. I'm gonna give you your 3 minutes of fame right here.
Pete the Cat is like a rock star.
Absolutely.
Okay, he's totally a rock star. And my little daughter, she wanted to go see Pete the Cat. So I got her tickets and we went to the Center for Puppetry Arts, which is a great place to see a show if you've never been. So we went and saw Pete the Cat, and we had front row. Totally front row tickets. And she's dancing, and you know, we're just enjoying it, having a great time. And she looks at me and she says, picture Pete the Cat. And I'm like, baby, we don't have those kind of tickets. You know, I mean, she's out of her seat, just dancing. And I'm scared because she's autistic. I'm scared she's about to throw a fit, okay, because that can happen. And so I just paid her no attention, started dancing to Pete the Cat because he is a rock star. He's great. And then I looked back at her, and instead of pitching a fit, she's doing this at Pete the cat. And then I thought, this is a one-off. Really, this is not real. And so she starts doing this at Pete the cat. And I looked at her and I was like, what are you doing? And it's just, I promise, ladies, if you're a groupie and you have a kid, the groupie gene runs deep. She's never seen no behavior like that for it to mount to like that. It's what it is, you know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I took her to go see Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, and I've taken her to see a lot of stuff, and she usually like gets to have her picture made with stuff. So she was on, and she was working for the backstage passes. That's what was going on. She I don't know how she knew, but it was great.
You're doing great, honey. Are you from Georgia?
I am.
Born and raised?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
So you've been up in where North Georgia?
My dad and my mom.
Because I know when I went to your house, you said that your whole family grew up there, and
Yeah.
you were
I was actually born in D.C.
really.
But nobody knows that.
Well, they know it now.
Nope, my birth certificate says I was born in Georgia because I was adopted by my grandparents and raised by my grandparents. So I think kind of old
Well, that's awesome.
for a person my age. Yeah.
How has comedy been to you? And since you've gotten into it, have you found a real good family of people in the comedy world?
Yes. Yes, there are some really good people out there. There's some really honest and hardworking people out there who have treated me very, very well. And then the rest of them are brutal.
Yeah, it is brutal. There's some brutal people out there, that's for sure. But you know what I found in life that, you know, I know you get anxiety and you stress out about things, and you got to kind of sit back and just laugh sometimes, because life gets a little bit hard to deal with. But laughter really helps it, man.
Totally.
And being able to, you know, sit back and, you know, I know when I went through a divorce that I found some of my best comedy material.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's like when my wife walked out on me and I was out doing a show and she was on the phone with me and said she ain't going to be there when I get home. I'm like, oh, man, I got a show to do. Why are you telling me this? You know, it really brings you down. But then she was telling me the truth when I got home, that she was gone, the kids were gone, and she left me with the dog, the cat, the bird, the hamster, and the turtle. So I was like living at PetSmart. So, you know.
At least you could pull up a dog bed.
Well, I tell you one thing, after the divorce, during the hearing, you know, I was a 20-year run with my wife, you know, and it's a big investment to lose, especially because I bought her boobs, and I lost that. And I asked the judge if I could get visitation. He made him laugh, so did her lawyer. But that was a way for me to deal with the pain and the loss. And I think, you know, trying to find a sense of humor, whether it's warped or however, if it helps you feel better about the pain that you're dealing with inside, then it's all good.
Yep.
And
I made a judge laugh at my ex's divorce attorney a couple of times.
How'd you do that?
Just some of the stuff I said. And I can't, some of that I'm still under restraining order. I gotta behave myself when it comes to that. I made his assistant spew because I said my ex's attorney's not Satan. But I'm not going to say he's Satan, but he did always call me from a 666 number. And I swear that's true. And his little assistants spewed coffee across the conference table. It was great. It was worth the divorce, I think.
Well, I can't see how you went through that 5 times. You're a brave woman.
I'm hard to live with.
Well, you told me when we first met that you were manageable.
I don't think I am. Actually, I thought possibly I was, because I had a friend that like was helping me and staying with me a little bit, and she's been to women's prison twice, and she told me that I was the hardest person she'd ever seen to live with.
I don't know.
And I would have thought she could have, you know what I'm saying? If anybody, she's been to women's prison twice. She's had a warden twice. And living with me was worse. I'm like, okay, that's a good thing.
Do you plan on a number 6?
You know, I had 5 before I was 40, and I probably will have 10 before I'm 80.
That's,
If I'm not mistaken.
but you're going to marry for love, right?
Love, yes.
Of course.
Yes, love.
I don't know
The
if I
most
could do it a
important thing.
second time, man. Oh my gosh, I could imagine 5 times.
Oh, twice is the easiest one. You'll like them the best. My second one's dead now, so he's actually my favorite ex.
It's your favorite because he's gone. He's
He
no
pa-
longer with us.
He passed away, bless his heart. I really don't care though. As long as a man has a mother that's passed on, that's what matters to me.
Yeah, you don't want a mama's boy, right?
No, I just don't want to live in mother-in-law.
You don't want to live in
I
mother-in-law's.
can't live like that. It's
I
not-
understand.
I can't do it. Really, that's the most hottest thing about a man is having a
Well, you
mother
went
that's
to
gone.
you went to New York not recently.
Yeah.
What happened up there?
Well, that was the same time as I got cut off from the free world when my Facebook got shut. But I was up there for the She-Devil Comedy Festival, and that was really great. I was so proud to be asked to come. I didn't place or win place or show or anything like that. And
How did it go?
I
Did you
was-
meet some connections up there?
I met a few neat people and did a couple of neat clubs, and I got to see the insides of some of these clubs that I've only dreamed about seeing the insides of, you know, like the Broadway Comedy Club. stuff
Oh,
like
wow.
that, and the Greenwich Comedy Center, and that was really cool just to be there, and my little redneck self in my cowboy boots, you know, it was like, you know, it was different. It's a whole culture shock.
Yeah, I've never been up there to New York. Did you get to see Times Square or anything?
I got to see all of it, yeah, and my boyfriend actually took me to New Jersey, so I got to see the boardwalk, where, like, the New Jersey boardwalk.
Someplace you'd like to go again?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let me know
Yeah.
when you're up there. I got some friends, man, that are up there.
Cool.
That I can, you know, hook you guys up with, and
Cool.
show you around and show you some great times up there.
Cool. I liked New Jersey actually better than New York. Just
What's your
because
plans,
it was more, you know, laid back kind of country people like us.
You've been kind of laying low on the comedy scene for a
Yeah,
minute, right?
yeah, for a minute, because like, well, with my Facebook being shut, everybody needs to start Twittering a little more or Instagramming, and
What
yeah.
happened with your Facebook?
They shut me down for using the last name Aintright, for real.
Really?
Yep, yep.
Really? That's crazy.
I can show, and I've tried showing them ID. This is ain't right, because like even my bank cashes checks that say ain't right, and you know.
So Facebook shut
everybody
you
knows
down
me.
because of your last name.
hmm Yeah, they think it's a fake name, and like terrorists are okay. They can have their names, and there's all kind of crazy
That's
names.
just crazy.
They nailed me. They will not let me open it back up. I've given them mail that has been delivered to my house that says ain't right. Like, you know,
That's not your real name. That's a stage name you created.
yeah,
You're not going to admit to
Kinda.
that, right?
kind of, sort of, but it's like, it's not actually a name, it's a state of mind.
Yes, it is.
It's a being.
Lord
It's
knows
a,
every one of us ain't right every once in a while.
and sometimes I'll have a more ain't right moment than others, you know. I mean, I just snap right off ain't right, and then that's is what it is, you know.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you are right. You're a wonderful person. You're a good-hearted woman. You're a great cook.
Thank you.
I really had a wonderful time when I, spent that.
I forgot I fed you guys.
Oh man, that was great.
I forgot. I was
I even
cooking.
told my dad about you, man.
All right.
Really hot southern mountain chick. The cook's great.
Yeah, right. Right.
We're Where do you want to see yourself in the next few years? You like to continue doing comedy? Is there other things that you want to get involved with? I know you were involved in a small independent film. Is movies and things something you'd like to move towards?
I'd like to do a little acting. I'd like to do a lot of retiring. I'd like to do a lot of spending time on a beach somewhere.
Well, it should be in your bucket list.
Yeah, those are the big things that I got planned. Yeah, and I've been working with Paula Gilchrist some. She's awesome. She used to run the House Comedy Club here in Atlanta, and a bunch of different other comics. David Roper, he's running the Strand now, and I've been over there, and I was supposed to feature over there, and then I had my wreck like the same day, or like the same week, and so I wasn't able to do that. And I've had to miss a couple of shows, but yeah, as soon as I get healed back up, I want to be on the road. I want to do some touring. I got some ideas for a tour, and
yeah, you mentioned to me earlier about a nudist colony tour. It's like, where do you come up with this?
I really like to do it. Well, because
I don't know.
well, because I've done that kind of thing my whole life. Because I mean, it's just like it's family oriented. It's not anything, you know, dirty. But like nudism is a thing worldwide, and I'd like to do a tour, you know, and take my little hippie car all around. And then the cool part is no matter how bad you think you look when you're naked, if you're in a room full of naked people, you're not going to be the worst looking one.
Well, that's.
It helps.
I don't know. That's really a really weird concept for me to be able to. I just don't know.
They do a thing here in Atlanta. A guy named Joe Pettis. I don't know if you know Joe. He does Sweetwater Brewery shows and a couple of.
Joe Pettis, didn't he work with the Comedy Zone at one time?
Oh, I don't know. He's I know he does the 420 comedy show there in Little over close to Little Five Points, and but he does a thing called the Underwear Comedy Show.
Oh, you know what, I heard about that.
And I've done that one 3 times. It's
really
fun. It's liberating.
So you basically get up there on stage in your underwear and do stand up.
And all your nerves just go. You just do it. You just do it.
If I can do that.
Yeah. A friend of mine did a set in his tidy whities. That was crazy. And you've met Big Shane, right?
Big Shane and
Big
his tiny
Shane-
whities. Oh my
Big
gosh,
Shane did
there's
it
a
in
visual.
boxers. He did it in boxers, but you know, I mean, it was pretty visual.
I tell you, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we, you know, that's a thin line as far as family friendly.
It's after hours.
No.
It's after 10. You put me on after 10.
Put you on after 10 and you tiny whities.
You better. Yeah. But he does that show here in Atlanta the first Friday of every month, and you get in free if you come.
You know, I heard
over.
about it, and I swear I heard that it was getting a great following,
It's
and
selling
great
out.
reviews. Really?
Selling out and stuff, and it's going on tour.
I
And,
need to
and
get my dad to do that.
it's a wonderful thing if you go.
Go do magic in your underwear, Dad.
If you're in, if you want to get in free, all you got to do is strip down to your undies and go right on in. The audience is that way too.
Yeah,
It's
there's
crazy.
a party.
Is the audience in their underwear too?
They can be if they want to get in free, or if not, you pay $10. Now see,
You save $10.
if you're tight,
Walk in your boxes.
Put
Yeah,
on the
you're
road show then.
huh?
He needs to do a live remote from there.
Live remote. There you go.
That'd be great. That'd be great. They do it at the Village Theater the first Friday of every month.
Wow.
Hmm.
Oh, well,
That's funny.
It is, and they have some of the best comics in Atlanta do it. I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be something you can take Barbara out to.
Yeah. I mean,
Go watch comedy in the underwear.
Listen, I entertained at Swingin' Richards.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
I've
Dad
heard
did
of
show
that
at Swingin'
place.
Richards. Yeah.
I've heard of that place.
It's a bunch of drag queens.
Yeah. And
I was on stage by the pole.
doing magic?
No, they were trying to teach him how to pole dance.
Okay. I was wondering if he was doing magic or if he was on the pole. been magic in
That would have been
itself.
magical, wouldn't it? You think spinning.
I'd have paid money to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you, man. I'm so glad you came on. You're not so nervous now, right? You calming down a little bit? I know you're a
No.
little anxiety.
No, still having anxiety.
Still having anxiety
Yeah.
attacks. Well, you know, you'll get over it.
I've had X-rays
You have
today.
to give it to God.
I've had X-rays today and stuff, and no painkillers because I gotta drive
Well,
home.
you know what? I'm
That's
just
a-
glad that you're
yeah.
okay.
Hey, I felt it. I felt God all around me when I had the wreck, and it was no doubt about it that I was going through all this metal, and it came around me, and there was like this cloud, and it was there. It was God.
So
And
you
I'm
felt
here.
the hand of God protecting you.
I felt a bubble come around me, just like an angel just took wings and said around me, and I was good.
That
The
means-
airbag didn't even it made a boom like the boom, but it didn't.
It all happened
didn't
so
hit me in the
fast.
face. It didn't. So I mean, I was so lucky. I was very lucky.
Wow.
I'm hurt. I'm bruised. I'm sprained, but I'm here, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're okay, and you've been in my prayers, man. You really have. You know, when we first met a couple years ago, you and I actually gained a really great friendship, and then I didn't hear from you for a little while, and like I said, I got that call out of the blue, and it was like, wow, you know, maybe this is maybe it's a sign. God wants you to be back out in Comics on Parole.
There it is. It beats regular parole.
Yeah. And at that note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I also want to thank all of our web television personalities, Helen Carlisle, Dan Glazer, love that man, he'll be back next month, Chris Massey, Vanessa Huntley, and I want to thank my father for being here, and Matt, owner of Chisel Entertainment, as well as Janae Patterson. And I also want to say thank you to Pastor Carlisle. And I want to say thank you to you, Candy. I
Thanks,
love you,
Mike.
honey. I'm so glad that you came, and I'm so glad you're okay. And God's got a big job for you, sweetie. And on that note, wave goodbye, and we'll see everybody next month. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.